I didn't have the mic on the whole time. That sucks. I didn't realize the mic wasn't on. I went all over all of that for nothing. I mean, the visual for the making this poor man's steaks was still here, but
you can always do a voiceover.
I've
seen a lot of them.
oh, I know people do it, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm a live streamer. I don't edit my stuff.
You're saying if you have to,
Yeah, I would need to get an editor before I could do something like that. An legit editor. Nothing against any of my current team members. Ooh, I need a cigarette now. That bloody sucks. That bloody sucks. Oh, it might make sense as to why no one was saying anything. Ow! Should have grabbed my cane. So, that was our beef roast. You saw me slice it up. Trimmed fat off. You saw two separate piles. It was three. The one that was put in Ziploc bag and put in the freezer, excuse me, was fats, which is good, usable for other things, such as making soups that have a beef base for the broth. You can make a good stock with it. Um, then I have the strips, which will probably be chunked up here in a few minutes and then put into a Ziploc bag for making a form of stew or some other noodle dish to help with freaking making meals.
I would cold, but I'm not now with the blankets.
Good. So, yeah. Sadly, I went over so many things that were the curiosity, and I didn't realize the mic wasn't on. Very mildly irritating. Anyways, I guess I will start all over. Because there was no point saying it if the mic wasn't on. You sure as hell didn't hear it. So I went downstairs and grabbed my cane because my ankle's acting up. As you probably saw, I was sitting over there on the counter the whole time. Uh, I'm gonna throw the actual steaks that are cut for dinner into the glass pan there, glass baking pan, and then add my seasonings, which we'll go over when we get there. Meantime, I'm having a smoke break because, well, yeah, it was irritating enough that I want a cigarette. Enough that I was smoking right here. Food's covered, so it's safe from any of the smoke or bugs. Because I'm on a ranch, we got flies. Ain't nothing we can do about it. Sadly. We try. We've got freaking fly traps up everywhere. Hell, we've got so many flies. Yep, it is the thing about being on a ranch. We've got enough flies that even the bald-faced hornets like to come hang out with us. And I do mean like. They actually come in, hunt flies, snatch one up from the air, right back out. No fuss with any of us humans or the animals. Just chill. They get a little bit lost sometimes, and I typically help them out there. But otherwise, I should probably go check my phone. Take the cane with you, dumbass. Yeah, whole first part of the stream didn't realize I didn't have my mic on. Okay. Back to pulling a ducky. Except instead of an autopsy, it's a dinner. Okay. So, I need to start all the hell over again. As I was saying before, many of you who have been on my channel know I am a cat trainer of 30 years. Not necessarily many of you know why. Well, that was thanks to my extremely abusive and narcissistic mother being a crazy cat lady. And me being the scapegoat child. I was quite literally, and I do mean quite literally, the bane of her existence. There was multiple times she tried to kill me. And one of those times I have one of the cats of hers to thank for that. He ended up paying for it with his life. Before that, him and another one were one of the reasons I ended up not committing suicide after making the decision to. Those cats were quite literally the only thing I had to keep me going. So I learned how to work with them. I learned how to understand them. To the point, even the most scared of humans, cats around here, follow me. Hell, I could quite literally step outside and call them all in. And they come running. Ow. Ooh, that's nice and hot. before I do grab my other drink out and get it open. No, I don't want the beer yet. I want my Monster. No, those cats literally stopped me from committing suicide. I already had the knife. I was ready to just start cutting down my arm. And when I say cutting down, I mean cutting down. I don't mean making slices. I mean following my very easily seeable veins. They quite literally put themselves in the way to stop me multiple times. But my skills with cats doesn't stop at cats. I've actually had people observe me talking to bugs and them listening. And by bugs, I mean freaking wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, butterflies, spiders. Not technically a bug, but still. And them actually appearing to listen. I have had a number of baby bee land on me. Humped a number of several species of bee out of vehicles and freaking other places they shouldn't be in. Without ever getting stung by them. The only time I've gotten stung was quite literally my fault scenarios where, like, I was riding my bike down the road and some wasp got caught in my hair. I panicked a little bit and went to brush him out. Well, that's not smart. If you know anything about your bees, wasps, and hornets, that's not smart. Best thing you could do is give him the opportunity to get out. Get off it, you little bastard. It's not for you. Stay away from it. Flies don't listen because they really don't care. Go away. I mean, for real, flies don't care. They don't care whatsoever. To some extent, they really don't even care if they die. So, kind of gave up working with them. This is the part that's getting chunked up for stew or chili or something along those lines. Because, you know, when you pour, you can't let the, hey, go away. You really can't afford to let things go to waste. Now the poor man's steaks are in the pan. I need to get the oven preheating, and I need to season it. At the moment, get away, go away. At the moment, I'm just getting this cut up, bagged up. Come on, thank you. Probably in the freezer. I used my thumb to scratch my head, not the knife, just to be clear. If it wasn't for the fact I'm cutting the same steak, I'd be a little bit more worried about washing off the cutting board before doing this. And then from this one roast, you've got at least 2 meals, even for a big family. But all that trauma and hell of life, which consisted of so much abuse and neglect, and as well as not being told that I was autistic. So there was that whole mental side of things. Speaking on that moment, anyone in the community, could I get a check on Shrek? And yes, I mean the big green ogre. Because there's too many times that I know I personally related to on that aspect. I wonder if he's not on the spectrum. I've been meaning to say that for a little bit. I didn't even do it on X yet. It's Twitter. Can't believe I just called it X. Ow. Well, I'm glad I got the mic on. I hate it when I do that. Alright, almost done with soup chunking. Soup, stew, whatever. Looks like it's volume-wise more fit for a soup. Yeah, I would have done this for dinner last night, but this was frozen solid, and my issues with ice, I cannot cut frozen solid things. Which is actually a pretty good segue into the story of how I managed to come by a inch thick suit of armor made completely of ice. Well, as I've said already, my mother was a real blood mother again. It's a real piece of work. During the, I believe it's the storm of '04 here in Oregon, the winter storm. where we had a week or two of freezing rain and snow and freezing rain and snow and freezing rain and more freezing rain. Well, my mother decided she wanted ice cream and didn't want to drive to go get it. The 2 mile trip. Didn't want to go get it herself. She didn't want to go out in the weather. So, being as how I was basically her slave, her bitch boy, I was sent to do it. So, I walked 2 miles in the freezing rain. 1 mile to the store, 1 mile back. So she could have her ice cream. And I didn't have to deal with the incessant complaining and attempts to beat me. Well, I made it to the store just fine. Had some ice on me, but I was still nice and dry the whole time. Well, that melted. My outer clothing became a little wet. Made my purchases and left the store. Well, left the store right back out in the freezing rain. Of which then rose to me. For 2 miles, freezing rain was sticking to my clothing and building up. Thankfully, I learned to bundle up very good long before that. Ouch. So I stayed warm the whole time. But I managed to get inside, get the backpack off my back. And realized there was quite literally that much ice all over me. And I do mean all over. I still had full range of motion. And ow. Why did that do that? This muzzle right here just twinged. Like pissed. Like I was pissed off about something weird. Anyways. So yeah, I quite literally had an inch thick custom fitted ice armor bestowed to me by Mother Nature. As crazy as that is. When I went to pull it off, as in the outerwear, the bundle up, I could hear the ice breaking. And yeah, I could feel how stiff it was. Even after taking off the jacket completely, I was able to stand it up on the floor. And it stood on its own. Same thing with the pants. Yeah. Oh, it's chicken. Now, the one thing I couldn't do was I couldn't get the jacket to stay on top of the pants because the jacket was a lot wider. I had two jackets on, two sweatshirts, a pair of winter gloves, as in skiing gloves, and a pair of socks on my hands, as well as 4 pairs of socks on my feet, and, well, as I've typically gone with, good Brahmin boots. They're not the warmest, but I gotta use them year round, so I can't exactly be too upset. Now, what I threw on there is lemon pepper. I need the garlic. What's the butter? And no, this isn't for the corn. This is for steaks. I'm glad I got the dishwasher going. We're gonna need the silverware. And anyways. So yeah, I couldn't get them to stand on each other though. Don't get me wrong. I tried. When I was 16, I was like, maybe. So this is minced garlic. Some nice, lovely minced garlic. I know I said it was already, but I felt like saying it again to be clear. I will need this later. I need to turn on the oven. I'm being a fool. Mm. 75. Oh, okay. And then you'll take your butter and try to get a nice dollop if you're using the freaking margarine. I'm out of regular butter, otherwise I would use real butter. It's better. And you want to try to get it in the middle of the steaks, because this is what will make your steaks nice and tender. Make them more like steaks and less like a roast. And if you do this on regular steaks, oh, let me tell you. As for those of you who have seen some of my cooking stuff, I typically like to do a little bit more Latin, or Latin as in Mexican styles, or Italian, just because I'm too scared to work with the fryer as much anymore. I don't have the right equipment. Nor do I have enough oil. I know how to deep fry. I don't know how to pan fry fried goods too well. I can deep fry all day. Fridge. And we'll cover this again so that we keep flies off it. Yeah. Yeah. My life has been quite the adventure. I've been pulled over doing 55 on a bicycle multiple times. And every time I've gotten away with it. No ticket. Because as Gabler Iglesias said, they can't do it if you make them laugh. And so far, I'll tell you what, it's proven to be right. Ow. Get that preheated, see what time it is. Cane. I hate this thing. Helps, but I don't like it. I don't like having to use a cane. Oh wait, I want to bump that down to 350. 325. It's 530. Okay. So, put that back down to 350. It'll have about an hour cook time. Uh, so, I'll get this in the oven and probably turn off the stream. Okay, so there's not really much to see after this. I mean, it's just throwing a little bit of minced garlic and butter into the pot with the canned corn, and wrapping some potatoes in tin foil and throwing them in the oven, which I should probably get to. Come here, you little spuds. Well, that's good. At least to work on that for now. Oh, we'll be right back. Hi, Banksy. Ow. Yeah. Well, I'll just tell you the good news. I'm working on dinner. This is why we clean off the cutting board every time. Because you never know how soon you're going to need it right there afterward. And for those of you who might be wondering why I keep kicking up my right leg, my ankle's killing me, which is also why the cane, as well as my knee tends to be, I think they call it trick knee. It pops like crazy. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. It'll pop more as the weather comes in. Of course, my ankle hurts more as the weather comes in. But my legs and knees are a bit messed up. Well, legs, knees, and ankles are a bit messed up from my past. Other than always having fairly weak ankles and rolling and twisting them so often that it's not even a thing anymore. I've also fallen for some pretty decently good heights without knowing how to roll out of a landing. I used to do parkour when I was younger. Middle school, high school. About a 2.5-story fall and didn't know how to roll out of it. So I had to just eat the landing. Did that lovely little superhero land. Let me tell you, that shit hurts. Deadpool's not kidding. Make sure you stab your potatoes like some kind of psycho. And then wrap up the body. And in foil. That hurt. Oh, excuse me. Mm. Oh, didn't need quite that much. Oh well. Yeah, as most people know, baked potatoes are pretty easy. Just like the beef, they're basically low and slow. So both things are going to go into the oven for 350 for about an hour. Yeah, it was perfect. No such thing as perfection. else? um, then I can't remember if I went over that or not. Because the whole not having the mic going. Damn it. Yeah, I've got to get home slash good place to get these cats somewhere safe. A couple of them, like I said before, I've been working with for 10 years. I am a mage by definition of the word. I am a learned man. Not educated, but learned. There's a difference. Well, there's not exactly many like me out here. I know it. But honestly, that's kind of sad. Potatoes and trade just makes it a little bit easier. Whoa! I almost tripped on the hand towel. And then these steaks. Timer started at 45. Ouch. Alrighty. And after that goes off, I can make the corn because it takes like 5 minutes at that. Potatoes cleaned up and the rest of the cutting board. I have experienced and been told of many things in my life. I have saved lives, I've all kinds of stuff. For a few years running there, I was lucky. First responder to many crash sites just because I was at the wrong or right place at the wrong or right time. I've been inside an RV while the RV park was being robbed. I've seen things I shouldn't have seen. I know things I shouldn't know. For multiple reasons. Not all of which I can actually even say here on stream. So, the stakes are in. I can raise the camera now. I very much have a lot more ability to chit-chat. Because, well, now all I gotta do is wait. I could turn off the stream or we could just talk. In the meantime, I'm gonna go grab a cigarette. Let's see where my phone's at charge-wise. Excuse me. Hey, you that all?
Go for it.
Okay. Man, that hurts. So, yeah, been through all kinds of shit. What do you want to know? You got a curiosity, ask. If I can't answer it here, I'll let you know. Oh shit, a chair in here. Take the pressure off that ankle. I forgot to check the actual phone. I went over and got a cigarette. I forgot the phone. Yeah. Oh, 76%. That does well. Okay, hi, Boo. was gonna say, you haven't gotten those yet? Ouch. I learned to cook. Just wait. Okay, stop flexing your toes. It's trying to cramp on you. Quite literally, just so I could eat. I mean, actually learn to cook, not just cook. Okay. I'm going to do something a little bit different for once. And this time, we're actually going to have a private chat. As in a private chatter. It's nothing against you guys, it's for their chatter's comfort. Mm. Uh, uh, ouch. Mm. So yeah, I'm just waiting at least another half hour for the food. Um, yeah. Ouch. Life's been some really rough, crazy stuff for me. Many adventures, not necessarily that I wanted them, but I can definitely say I learned from the experiences gained. I've been homeless 3 times. I've had to eat from a dumpster. I know what that's like. Uh, I had a time that I was doing drugs and got addicted to one. Realized that I was about to go against one of my base morals and said, nope, I'm done. Got out of Dodge. Quit cold turkey. No AA, nothing. Or NA. That's fun. Um, almost became a full-fledged alcoholic due to the stress of my life until I met mom and dad, my street parents. I mean, other than meeting me when I was young enough and actually signing the paperwork and shit, they adopted me. They saw what I was going through, and her youngest blood son came up to me and said it was either the alcohol or his friendship, and right in the garbage can with that fucking beer. Because I didn't value that anything near our friendship. Our friendship has been big to me, and still is to this day. That is now legitimately my little brother. His parents are legitimately my parents. And there ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Because I tell you what, they're the ones that showed me what family was. Not my blood. My blood waterboarded me, tried to kill me, locked me in a closet for months. That wasn't family. That was abuse. That in and of itself is quite the deal. We are live there, just so you know. Okay. No. I've quite literally lived a life of books and movies on the negative side. I mean, there's so many things of my life that are just straight from a drama. Hell. Including the way my mother was taken out. She was killed by a drunk driver. Life and karma knew me too well. My blood family tried contacting me to let me know. And I said to my ex-girlfriend now, girlfriend at the time, I should probably check just in case she got killed by a drunk driver or something. Lo and behold, to my surprise, that's exactly what happened. I couldn't do anything but laugh. I couldn't be angry at the drunk driver. I couldn't be happy with him. And he was still driving drunk. Not okay. But I also couldn't be angry with him because he didn't just do me a favor, he did the world a favor. My mother was so two-faced, so irresponsible personally, that everything everybody else saw, other than mom and dad, was all a lie. She was one of those looks good on paper types. So I wasn't allowed to indulge any of my interests because that would mean I wasn't at the house, and couldn't do whatever the hell she wanted me to do. Dishes, get litter boxes, laundry, cook dinner, look for her paperwork, look for something she lost in her mess. Yeah. Childhood was quite literally the hardest times of my life. And even after I was 19, she's still 19 out of the house. Mind you, later I had to go back multiple times. Said, no way. I didn't know I was autistic or disabled. I tried for many years, actually. I got out of high school in '07 and finally got my disability in summer of 2014. Freaking life was hell. I quite literally had to fight my blood mother for my life multiple times. She'd come after me with steak knives and all kinds of shit. I've got a dent in my back from where I was hit with a chain. Yeah. From around the age 5 or 7, at that age, I had to learn what it was like to grow up really fast. Shit, I'm gonna have to go down and get that scooped. I just saw Shauna down there. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm seeing things. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was confused. Yeah, since I became an adult, life became not not so much crazier, but more eventful. And a lot less of it was or a lot of it was a lot less negative. There was a lot more positives and stuff to be learned from it. When I graduated high school, I joined the military. I attempted to serve in the Army. I made it to the end of week 1 of a 9-week basic training, looked my drill sergeant dead in the face and told him, I'm not supposed to be here. I'll give you everything I've got. And I'll prove it to you that I'm giving you everything I got. But I'm not going to make it. He later on told me himself that he thought that was bullshit. Partially because he'd heard it so many times before. But I credibly gave everything I had during basic training. And when I was being transferred to holdover to be transferred out, it was my senior drill sergeant that took me over there. And he told me straight up, almost precise wording, not exact. You remember when you told me that you weren't going to make it? I said, yeah. I didn't believe you. Or that you're full of shit. But you really did give me everything. You gave me 110 and then some. I hate to see you go because we need more soldiers like you. Asked me what I'd plan to do with my life, and it's like, at that time it was Job Corps. Because, once again, that time, didn't know I was autistic. Yay! And that was at week 8 of 9 for basic training. I was there for another 2-3 months before they transferred me out finally. Ended up getting to talk to their psychologist before being transferred, and they're like, well, literally, she asked me a little bit about myself and about my history, and told her about my mother. And before I could even get all the way through everything, she's like, how the fuck did you get here? You shouldn't be here. You have PTSD, anxiety disorders, and depression at the very minimum. This is not a place for you. We're getting you out of here. Now, honestly, I was happy to hear those words. Basic was pretty rough for me. I spent quite a bit of time in my own space, be it under the bunks where for some reason nobody looked, or in my locker, which for some reason nobody looked. I spent entire Sundays sleeping under the bunks. And the only time somebody figured it out was after the drill sergeant came in and found me because I snored a little bit. And he was like, how long have you been down there? I laid down about 9 o'clock. He's like, it's 2. Sounds about right. He's like, I didn't even know you were down there. It was only because you snored that I knew. Sorry. He ended up telling me on that ride over that I was actually kind of impressive, but he was also kind of impressed that I'd hidden out in my locker so many times without anyone reporting me AWOL. I told him, it's like, dude, these guys don't really see shit. And of course, I got in trouble because I called him dude, but it was a classic. You're out of line, but you're right. Ouch. And honestly, those people typically, those who come to that point at times with me, typically are worth their salt. I mean, just being able to say that in and of itself is kind of a good point. Because even though it's not, the comment isn't liked or quote unquote appropriate, it's accurate and you're giving credence to it. And I got some bit of respect to that. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't till just a few years ago that I found out that I was autistic. Supposedly, excuse me, one moment. Excuse me. Supposedly, I was already diagnosed, but I ain't seen shit on it, and it's not on my medical files. So I'm gonna actually get completely diagnosed. Yeah, growing up, there was just a rumor that I was. No actual confirmation for me. So I didn't know to go looking for the different places to get assistance or communities to talk to and learn more about what's up. I just thought I was weird. I mean, I've known for some time that I'm a bit smarter than the average person. But what's that really mean? I mean, sure, I've got a high IQ, but that's not what really is intelligence. A whole. It's just one facet of it. And I don't like to say this because it really does sound braggy, but I do have a rather high IQ, whether I want to admit it or not. I mean, you kind of have to be able to play 4D chess with life. To take everything I've been through and come out still in some form of a positive light. I think my IQ is probably higher than I even realize. I know I'm more intelligent than I realize. But how do you draw a comparison to the likes of Einstein if you can't experience the likes of Einstein? I've had several people call me genius. I can't stand the word, in all honesty. Because there's a lot of shit I don't know. Miss garlic butter's over there. Grab the butter. Would you focus a little bit, please, camera? That's better. Oh, I'm not ready to crack that yet, so I won't even grab the butter and a butter knife. I could have swore I watched that butter knife I was using. I might not have. Oh, there it is. I didn't quite. Nope, didn't wash it. I rinsed it, but didn't wash it. And thankfully the dishwasher is done. So all that silverware, plates, and cups and stuff, it's good to go. Makes having to do this a lot easier. So you'll take a healthy heap of butter. That's one. You want a couple of them. A couple of good bits of butter. Right into the pan. In this case, pot. Boom. Okay. And then we'll get coffee pot moved and then get stove on. Or the stove top on. Excuse me. Oh, it's a good thing that's done. There's can openers in there. Yeah. Nice and stavy. Do. Waiting to see. There's the can opener. Nope. Okay, that wasn't the can opener. That was a knife. That's why I put it on the top rack. Ooh, hot. Nice and clean. Beautiful. Get those handles back in place. Alright. Move the coffee pot. That's fine, it can be unplugged. Front burner. Turn on our light. Actually, we'll throw it on the back. Get smarts. Fresh minced garlic. Well, not fresh, but minced garlic instead of powdered dehydrated, if you can help it. Because that helps give a nice flavor to your corn. And for the person with private chat abilities, you know who you are. Nobody else does. Don't be afraid to use it. It's why we're here. Well, kinda. Good portion of, I should say. God, this new dishwasher is nice. This can opener feels almost brand new. I like that dishwasher. Can opener's looking great after a run through that. For the person with private chat privileges, the private chat is set up on, technically set up in our other chat spot where we have been chatting. Because my phone has charge again, I can actually utilize it for said purpose. Yay! No cuts. My back goes, yeah. Okay. That doesn't need to be on 5. We can go on 2. 7 minutes before I check those. I needed that thumb to pop. Hey, Pop, check out how the can opener's looking after a run through the dishwasher. It's like, damn. Even the handles feel nice and crisp new. Oh, ouch. Hmm. Oh, okay. Corn is on the oven. Sorry, stovetop. Say it right. And let's give a peek at the steaks. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yum, yum. Oh, those are good. Oh, ouchie. So, yeah. And I've met so many not good people. The few good people I have met, I keep around, so to speak. It's more like they keep me around. But semantics. Oh, CT. What's going on over there? Ouch. Um, so, yeah, 4 minutes. Give this a good stir. Oh. Mm. Well, I think I'm going to fool my cats into thinking they're getting a treat tonight. Yeah, there's leftover buttered garlic noodles, and those guys got flea issues. I'm pretty sure they'll eat it up. Especially Beige's little butt. Ow. So we're just kind of waiting on last 3 minutes here, so I can pull it out and be present. That sounded bad. Bad phrasing. My bad. Sorry, guys. So I can pull the steak out of the oven and present it to the stream. I can't even remember if we've exchanged pictures. I'm gonna put some up there on Twitter, but hi, Saul. Thank you. That was quick. Wow, you're on fire today, Salvo. Many hugs to you, my friend, and friends indeed, forever. Uh, oh, hey, just in time. Last 30-second countdown. Thank you, camera. Last 30-second countdown for the steaks. Ow. The potatoes should be done too. So, let me get the viewing area set up. Yeah, baba. Not reach down. That's killer. Yeah. Figuratively speaking. Damn it, too late for a final countdown joke. Ooh, those steaks look nice. Oh crap. These potatoes aren't done yet. Alright, on the shelf with you. Glad I didn't turn the heat off. Alright, so potatoes are still in, but the steak is done. And we're gonna get you a nice view hit. As soon as I can get the cord. Ah, the shoulder just popped. There we go. Garlic lemon pepper steaks. Made from a beef roast. Cooked in butter to tenderize. So, there's the steaks. The steaks are done. Wrong spot. Ow! Bloody ankle. Potatoes are not done yet. I don't need to speed up the corn, but let's turn up the temp on the potatoes. 375. He's got his headphones on. Baked potatoes been in for an hour, well, 45 minutes at 350. I just bumped them up 375. They're still pretty solid. Thinking about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Oh, here you go. So, potatoes are back in for 375. I'm going to put the timer on for 15 on those because they're still fairly solid. And then I think we're gonna end the stream for now. You got to see the steak. Baked potatoes are well baked potatoes. Nothing too special about them. And corn off the cob, butter and garlic. Nothing too special, but still a nice hearty, savory meal. So, till next time, everybody. This is Old Mage Guy. Have a good night, day, whatever it is for you. And, yeah, happy living.